With the passage of Senate Bill 230 in Texas, 5 pilot programs were started throughout the state. Richardson got one of them, and it will go into operation this fall. The program provides funds for paid teaching aides and teachers, as well as transportation for children, all directed at the retarded child. If a child still cannot fit into this program, the state, through the school system, will pay tuition to a private school plus $150 per child for transportation. But even before this program, Richardson had become involved with its retarded population. 2.5 years ago, 5 parents initiated the Richardson Association for Retarded Children. Then, through the regular summer recreation program, a special activities program was started for the retarded, first begun by an RARC mother who realized that her normal son had everything in the summer and her retarded son nothing. The first year there were just 3 children in the program. Last year there were 6, but this year there are 33, and RARC leaders say it is still hard to find as many kids as they would like. They also say their main problem is parents who refuse to admit they have a retarded child. A giant step toward effective operation was taken when the Presbyterian Church in Richardson, although not one of its members was on the RARC board, donated facilities for a preschool, a daycare center for working mothers, facilities for a Boy Scout troop, and a Sunday school class for the retarded, operated on an interdenominational basis. Now there are 6 Sunday schools for the kids in Richardson. Other groups have joined in. The TARS, or Teens Aid the Retarded, a group of youngsters who donate their time and sometimes money to work with the retarded children. They go skating, swimming, bowling, you name it. A group called HELP, or Have Energy, Love People. Also a group of youngsters who take time 5 days a week to play with the kids. Recently, both these groups and other young people joined in a drive for the retarded children and have collected $3,000 on a door-to-door basis, with a goal of $5,000, and have decided to make it an annual affair. Mr. and Mrs. R.E. Juergens, who have had 4 mentally retarded foster children, are the vanguards of the Richardson program. Mr. Juergens is president of the association, and they both are involved in all the activities. In fact, swimming lessons are taught 5 afternoons a week in their home pool, and each Friday is swim and picnic day at their house. Pat Bowles heads the preschool and daycare center. The preschool operates on an 11-month basis, with the month of July being devoted full-time to the daycare center. Most of the children in the daycare operation are profoundly retarded and on the Denton State School waiting list, which is a 4-year ordeal. Patty Merritt and Susie Sallee work with the children through the recreation department, and they, along with the HELP and TARS volunteers, provide badly needed supervision for these children who need constant attention. Also, there is a group therapy session each week for the parents and a counseling service for the school. The school system provides a place for the mentally retarded child up to age 21, but then he is cut completely loose and there is no avenue for him to travel. That has become Richardson's latest project, a sheltered workshop for these physically mature children to find something to do with themselves. Mr. Juergens, when did you get interested in working with mentally retarded children?
Well, actually, completely interested about 4 years ago. We got involved with the Dallas Association for Retarded Children, and then there was word that Richardson was going to have an association, or was interested in forming one. So I believe it was the beginning meeting that we had of all the parents of retarded children in the Richardson area that we evidenced our first group interest. This was about 3 years ago.
How many parents would you say were at that first meeting?
15, 18.
And now?
Our membership is 42 families at the present time.
And how many children approximately does that include?
Oh, that'd be 42 probably.
All right. One a family.
Most of the membership are people who have retarded children.
Do you not have a foster mentally retarded child? Is that your connection in the first place?
Yes, we have Danny.
And have you taken in more than one?
Yes, we've had over a period of time about 6 or 8 foster children. Danny has been with us the longest. We've had others from 3 or 4 weeks on up to 3 or 4 years.
Would you say, sir, that you could, without a doubt, recommend this to other Other families?
Well, anybody who loves children, regardless of whether they're normal or retarded or what they are, certainly.
Susie, what is your role in this summer program?
Well, I'm just one of the coordinators of the recreation program at the rec center for these kids. We hold class every day, have activities both indoor and out, depending on the weather, and try to keep the kids happy and occupied.
Mrs. Bowles, what type of activities are you carrying on now?
Right now,
Yes.
during the month of July? During the month of July, we just have daycare and drop-in babysitting service for the retarded children of Richardson. Or are there any child that has a learning problem? They don't necessarily have to be retarded.
Now, pardon me, daycare, by that you mean for parents who work or who in some other way need relief?
That's right, yes.
Is that just during the month of July?
These services are provided all year long. We're here 5 days a week, 12 months of the year. But during the month of July, we do not have any training program for the children, any preschool activities.
You mean that 11 months out of the year you conduct preschool classes?
Yes, we do.
And is it in some way connected with the Presbyterian Church here?
No, we have no connection with the church other than that they have donated the building and the utilities for our use.
Are these children, Mrs. Bowles, trainable for the most part, or a mixture, or are they all of them profoundly retarded?
We have a pretty wide range of abilities, from the custodial up to the normal and some above average in intelligence. Most of our children are preschool age, and when you get children with at the preschool level, they're going to have a pretty wide variety of handicaps.
Do you plan, or do any of these children ever go on to regular public school?
Our main objective is to prepare them for public school placement, but most of these will go into a special education program in the public school.
Do you have, is it volunteer help working with you, or is that just during this month of July, or during the rest of the months do you have regular teachers?
Yeah. I have one teacher and 5 paid staff employees, and about 25 to 30 volunteers. Now, during the school year, we use adult volunteers, but of course, during the summer, these are not available to us because they have children at home from school. So during the summertime, we use all teenage help.
Around your teens, you are trying to find something, grasp something that really means full of love, and you've got to find something where you really need it. And the teenagers feel they're really, loved in this organization. They're loved by the retarded children, and it's something I really can't explain, but we're all a big family. We all love each other, and that's why everyone's just can't wait to join.
Boy, that was pretty good for a hot night, I'll tell you. Sometimes it doesn't quite come out like that, Mike. I'm talking with Bob Ray, who I believe is filling in for Mr. Webking, the usual scoutmaster. Is that right, Bob?
That's right. He picked a nice warm night to get some kind of a virus and stay home. But I'm the #1 assistant, and it's my turn to pinch hit tonight.
Well, look, do you meet once a week with these boys?
This is hopefully a scheduled night 4 times a month. Sometimes things will come up where we don't meet every week, but hopefully we meet one night every week each month.
I see. And is this, should we say, a fair representation of the boys who usually show up?
This is pretty close to normal. We'll have 3 or 4 more during the school season, and we might have a few more come tonight a little bit later on. Ordinarily, we have 1 or 2 scouts, I wouldn't call them regular scouts, but Boy Scouts from a troop that are trying to earn extra credits or merit badges, and they'll come over and they'll work with us, kind of like patrol leaders.
and it makes it a little easier on the parents when they show up.
Right. I understand. Are these boys working on merit badges, as do Boy Scouts? I guess still do. When I was a boy.
Yes, they. We don't really require 100% accuracy, Mike.
If we'd required that, I'd have never made it in.
You mean you had to cheat a little too once in a while to pass? Well, it's pretty much the same with these boys. If we get them close to the ballpark, so to speak, if they're within a reasonable proficiency, we give them a little mark and say, fine, you passed that. But the tenderfoot badges requires a certain amount of memory work, and a lot of prompting is necessary with most of these boys, and it's pretty hard for them to get beyond the tenderfoot class or classification.
Yes, but what other kind of activities do they get to participate in?
Well, this group here, of course, have been in the troop since it started, and we have had some visits to the zoo. We've had some civic groups have thrown little functions for them once in a while to attend, and we do hopefully get around now and then to other troops and visit with them and try to get some new ideas.
Well, it looks like they're going to get a game of tug the rope or whatever you call it.
This will probably end up one of the wildest tug of wars you ever saw, with one or two of the sportier ones really going at it strong. Anything can happen. Here we go now. Get ready. You ready to pull? Okay. Get set. Go. Somebody's got the sneakers on. Be yanking. Come on. No winners yet? Not one fight. All over. They win. Okay? They're the champions for this bull. You guys sit down. We'll do two more. How about you come up? You two fellas stay. Charlie Brown, come on back here. You're going to stay up here.